Last week, my world changed in a way that I never could have anticipated. My father passed away without any illness or signs, and I am now without any parents. I got the call in the morning that he was found on his sofa, and we just made it to say goodbye late in the evening, and he died just after midnight. Today, as I prepare to go out for what would typically be a photography adventure, everything feels different. Grief has its way of altering the lens through which we see the world. Photography for me has always been a source of solace and expression. It's a medium that allows me to capture moments, freeze emotions, and maybe even make sense of the chaos around me. But today, as I head out to shoot what I'll call my worst POV Street photography video, it's not creativity that's flowing, it's a deep well of emotions. In the past, I've found that picking up my camera has been a meditative practice, a way to find beauty in the ordinary and to connect with the world around me. But now, it's different. I can't seem to find that inspiration. Every shot feels mediocre. The streets that were once alive with stories now seems muted and distant. Grief has a way of changing the colors of life. It's like shooting in monochrome when you've been used to vivid colors. Every corner I turn, every frame I capture, it's not about the photographs anymore. It's about the process, the act of going out, and the therapeutic value in it. And so today, as I wander through the streets, capturing moments that might not be my best work, I'm embracing the imperfection. I'm accepting that it's okay not to create a masterpiece. My camera is still my companion, even when inspiration is elusive. It's a reminder that life, just like photography, has its moments of clarity and its moments of blur. In my pursuit of the mundane, I hope to find a way to process the extraordinary loss that I'm feeling. In some strange way, even the worst POV street photography can be a tribute to my father. It's a journey through the tangled emotions, trying to make sense of a world that's forever changed. So here I go to the streets to capture whatever crosses my path. In the midst of mediocrity, I'll find the essence of life, and maybe, just maybe, a glimpse of the inspiration I've been searching for. This is my way of saying goodbye, Dad, through the lens of my camera. So for the last couple of months, I've been thinking about going out in the morning, doing some photography, because the sun casts this beautiful light in the autumn mornings. There really just has not been the time for this, but taking the aforementioned circumstances into account, now was the time more than ever. I realized when I was walking around that it was a bit hazy though, or else my lens was covered in Vaseline, because I think many of the photos had this funny look to them that I don't usually get. I was hoping for some more contrast between shadows and light, but it was a way more hazy and bright exposure I got. It might be my creative vision that is off due to my emotional state, but I must say that I was not pleased with many of the photos, and you'll also see that my edits are a bit all over the place. found that people was more aware of me because I was carrying a big and beefy white lens that I think myself looks more pro than some of the more normal black lenses. Funny enough, I also felt a bit more entitled to photograph people because of the lens.
Siger du? Nej, til mit eget medie. Ja. Ja, der sker i hvert fald meget her, ja. Så det har givet god mening. Ja, ja, det har givet god mening.
If you have watched any of my POV videos before, you know that I usually run out of battery on my action cam. So I was trying to save some battery by switching it off from now and then. And of course this meant that I forgot to turn it on sometimes. So here you get a couple of shots without the POV look, but I am just up the street here to the right. So I saw this guy here and I thought he would be interesting to capture. As he was talking on the phone, I couldn't really ask him, which I would have done normally.
Is it okay?
Perhaps it was not easy to see, but he really rolled with his eyes as if he was thinking, what the? This building here is called the Cactus Towers and are made by the famous Danish architect, Big Architects. It has a really distant look to it and it is very tall considering old Danish buildings. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of it, but I ended up taking way too many photos of it. So here we actually have an interesting angle of the towers, but my focal length is just way too long to catch it. It is way better for the action cam though. Along with the Cactus Towers, they have built an IKEA on the other side of Bro. That's really nothing spectacular, but there's a roof or a plateau way over ground level, so you can get a decent view over Copenhagen, or at least the train tracks. They have also turned this area into a little urban garden, which is quite nice, but they're just not quite really done with it yet. So I think the view here is interesting. Something that's a bit distracting is all the traffic lights. I thought of removing them, but somehow they also add to the story of the photo, so I decided to leave them in. This is a view you couldn't get before, down at the Cycle Snake Bridge. There's a lot going on the photo, but I really like the way there's this kind of Where's Waldo feeling to it. I thought this was a funny shot with two different houses or homes here. So we're at the time now where the battery is dying on my action cam, so I'll leave you with a montage of some of the last photos I took on the walk back home. As I walked through the streets, capturing moments that fell far from my best work, I couldn't help but feel off and misplaced. Grief has a way of making you feel like a stranger in your own world. It's like navigating a labyrinth without a map, a constant battle to find your way. There were moments when I thought about quitting, about putting the camera down and retreating to the comfort of my home. I know this walk, this video will not bring back my mother or my father, but I didn't quit. I pressed on. I continued to capture those seemingly mediocre images, and there's a reason for that. I believe in the power of the process. I know that each shuttle click, each step is a small part of my journey through grief. It's a way to navigate the complex emotions, to understand the pain, and to honor the memories. Photography can't bring them back, but it can help me carry the love and the lessons they left me. It's a way to find meaning in a world that often feels senseless in the face of loss. So I stuck with it, even when the inspiration seemed distant and the streets felt unfamiliar. I walked through my own discomfort, my own doubts, and my own sense of being misplaced. In doing so, I discovered something important. The journey itself is a part of the healing process. This photo walk won't mend the void in my heart, but it's a step on the path towards acceptance, growth, and resilience. It's a testament to the strength that comes from honoring the past while forging ahead into an uncertain future. And so I'll keep walking, keep photographing, and keep healing. My parents may be gone, but the love and the memories of our time together will continue to inspire my journey, even in the moments when creativity feels far away. Thank you for joining me on this walk, for witnessing my exploration of grief through the lens of my camera. Together we will find our way through the labyrinth of emotions and continue to embrace the beauty and imperfection of life. Make sure to give your loved ones a hug and tell them that you love them. I will see you around, guys. Bye.